In this lesson, we're going to talk about one of the more powerful yet very underutilized tools in Excel called the Quick Analysis tool. Believe it or not, it is right under your nose and you've probably seen it a million times but just ignored it. How do we access the Quick Analysis tool? Well, very simply, we just highlight a bunch of data. So when I highlight it, you'll notice that this little guy pops up, and if it's not coming up for you automatically, you can just use Control Q. Now, what happens now when I click on this little icon, you're going to see it's going to give me some options for, you guessed it, Quick Analysis, for conditional formatting, for creating charts, for creating basic calculations, for converting to a table, and something called sparklines. Let's go ahead and just do a basic totals here. And very quickly now, I can just make a sum without having to type anything at all. Love that. And when I click on this now, you'll notice here how it's put in a function for me. Beautiful. And if I click on this little drop down, I can even convert this to a count if I want to, as well as an average, etc. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and try something else. Let's go over here to Quick Analysis 2. And in this case, let's say I want to add these numbers up. I'll go ahead and highlight everything. Click on that. And then once again, I'm going to go over here to totals and I'm going to say sum. But what if I want to add it going to the right? Well, if I click on this guy one more time and I go to totals, I'm going to come over here to sum and then notice how the little icon on the right hand side is orange, showing that that's going to be lit up, and then bam, I can sum these numbers up just the same. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and go back to our first one, and this time I'm going to use the chart function. So very simply, all I'm going to do is highlight all my data, I let go, Quick Analysis now pops up, I'm going to choose charts, and just like that, I can choose a custom clustered chart, a custom line chart, and you can see a bar chart and a pie chart. So I'll go ahead and just do a clustered column chart, and now, just like that, I now have a chart. And then all the other options you normally get will appear over here on your ribbon, and you can see here I have chart design as well as format, and everything can now be edited. Now let's go over here to Quick Analysis 2, and this time let's use some of that formatting or conditional formatting. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight everything, and then I click on my Quick Analysis, and you can see here how this is formatting, which is shorthand for conditional formatting. Use rules to highlight interesting data. So you can see as I hover my mouse over it, it's going to show how this conditional formatting is going to be applied. The lower numbers are going to have less color, and the higher numbers will have more color. Let's now try color scale, and you can see here how the darker red is the lower color, etc. And then you also have icon sets, etc. And you can even set your condition to be greater than or top 10 or whatever percent you want to. Let's go ahead and just choose icon set, for example. And now when I go over into my conditional formatting within my home tab, I can now manage that rule, and you'll see there it is. And then I can edit this rule and then act accordingly to then design my icons and whatever I'd like to according to my own specifics. That's great. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Now let's go ahead and come over to this ginormous guy here, and let's discuss the amazing Sparkline tool. So what I'm going to do very simply is just highlight all my data. Go ahead and just do Control-Shift down arrow, and then this guy appears down below, and this time I'm going to choose Sparklines. And then I'd like to choose line right here, and just like that, we can see what a sparkline does. It's essentially just a mini chart built in to one individual cell. Now when you create sparklines, you now get a sparkline contextual tab, giving me many opportunities. If I decide to change my sparkline from a line to a column, I can very easily do that and switch it right back. I'll go back to column one more time, and you'll see that I also have options to change the colors as well. You can see if I want them all to be red, I can do that. And then you also have these marker colors. If you want negative points or high points or low points to be certain colors, you can absolutely do that. Let's go ahead and make our high points green. You can see they stand out. And then let's go over here to our low points, and you might not be able to see them because they're so small, but let's make those yellow. And now you can see how it's communicating visually in a way that I couldn't otherwise using sparklines. So now I've given you a few opportunities to practice down below, but now that you've seen it, you probably can't unsee it and you'll use it all the time, the Quick Analysis tool.